What's going on?
Welcome, everybody.
That's the intro, folks.
Well, howdy.
Welcome back to Extra Credit Show number 39. 39. That's
Holy
it.
shit, we're almost at 40.
Howdy.
We're almost to 40. We're at 60 episodes. You add those together, we got 100 episodes right now. Well, I got well over that, I think, actually, but
It's fucking weird.
It's fucking weird.
that's fucking weird.
This feels nice. This feels really nice.
I should just get you like a headband to see if you could just to your face.
Stab it to my mouth.
Hello, everybody.
It's the Batman.
Why are we not
I
going
was
live?
born in the darkness.
Oh, we are live on the channel. Okay. I gotta go share this. Up. Oh, wow. It's like really up to date.
Really?
Listen to the latency.
Well, I don't have my phone, so.
That's
Oh.
not bad.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. It'll get longer.
That's like a 2-second delay right now. I'll
Hey.
fucking take that any day of the week.
Any day.
Let's share this up. Copy that link. We're gonna go to our Facebook page, and we're gonna go.
You should also go to our Facebook page and join us.
Oh, join us on Facebook. Do it right now.
Yeah.
Create a post.
Fuck, I'm full.
You're full?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
turkey stuff is filling, man. Look, I
Yeah.
got turkey dogs or like brats.
Yeah.
And they are fucking filling.
Really?
It's surprising. Like, because I don't know if it's because it's more lean meat than it is fat. You'd
Oh,
think
that could be
fat
it.
would fill you up quicker, but
Yeah.
I think fat takes longer to maybe fill you. I don't know.
I think that
don't
is
know the
actually
science
right.
behind it, but
Well, it doesn't help that I had 6 eggs before.
yeah, that's true. But even like I had 2 hot dogs, I had a couple like bites of cottage cheese,
Yeah.
and then like a couple chips, and I'm full. I'm like, I ate a filling meal. Like if I would have made another hot dog, I would not have finished. There's no way I would have eaten it.
I shouldn't have.
You gotta want it, man.
I don't
You
want
gotta
it.
fucking want
I
it.
shouldn't have finished it.
Yeah, you shouldn't have. You made a mistake, sir.
I gorge. I'm a glutton.
See, I can't. Also, been up to date on my skill for this week, which you guys should go check that out on because the new episode. Don't do it now. Check it out after
Yeah.
you come watch this. But go check out the episode that just dropped. But yeah, my skill for the week, fucking already on top of that. Did 1.5 miles today, so
Damn, dude.
Sweet, dude.
yeah, I don't want to completely kill myself. So,
I spent some time on Photoshop today. Wasn't feeling it too much today. Wasn't in the mood for it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just need projects to work on. I finished all my current work, so I'm just like waiting on the next project. Except for, oh yeah, I should be working on our website.
oh yeah, our
Fuck.
website. That's right.
Forgot about that.
Forgot about our website.
It's still ready to go. Pretty much, I just gotta add some content to it.
Right. I opened Photoshop for the first time ever today.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I didn't
Nice.
even start it yet because I had to go do a bunch of other shit. I had to go do training
It's,
at work, and then
it's interesting.
yeah, I know. Ugh,
It's a bit much.
It's
Yeah.
it's just over you. Anyways, I'm gonna just roll right in. I'll start our little shameless plugs first, and then we'll roll into some topics here.
Shit.
Don't forget to like and subscribe on our YouTube channel. Press past that subscribe button. Hit it, don't quit it. Hit it and pass it to your friends. Make sure that everybody knows. Hide your kids, hide your wives, because we out here making content. Don't forget to support the show on Patreon, patreon.com/WWLTW podcast. You get all kinds of exclusive content. You get added to our super secret Facebook group. You might even get some merchandise if you join at a high enough tier. You get some shout outs too. Don't forget to join or to check out our merch channel. It's at teespring.com. You can get mugs with a mugs on. You can get t-shirts. You can get cod pieces. You can get shower curtains. And also, if you have bought merchandise or you plan on buying merchandise, make sure to take pictures with it and send it to us, because we love seeing that shit. We love watching you guys or seeing you guys support us. It's super cool. If you we'll even post it on our social media stuff. Don't forget to check out astrodesigncompany.com for all your website development needs. Let them know that we sent you. Let Walker here know that we sent you, and he'll give you a nice little discount on your next website.
Oh yeah.
Check out Thirst Homeless on the YouTube channel. Thirsty Thirst and the Funky Bunch. He out there making real good content. And also, along the lines of good content, Johnny Wishbone. You got to check that man out. You want to know more how to operate an excavator properly? You want to know what a real man looks like? Go check out Johnny Wishbone on the YouTube channels.
He
All
had
right.
a beard.
He had a beard at one point. It wasn't long. It didn't last long, but it was majestic.
But it was there.
It was very majestic. I was very happy when I saw it.
I know. I was too.
With a beard.
All right. So I'm going to roll right into our first topic of conversation here. This is going to be a multiple part question.
Uh-oh.
Sweet.
I'm going to start with the first one here.
Okay, let's do
I
this.
also want to give shout out to Jory. Jory, if you're watching this, thank you for giving me these question prompts. Because
Whenever you say shout out, I just want to yell.
shout
Just
out,
like, I just wanna do a shout out.
Funny.
Ah!
You're funny. All right. So first question: if you knew that you were going to go blind, what's the one thing you would miss the most?
Sunrise.
All right. If you knew you were going blind, what's the one thing you would miss the most that you would try and get the most out of?
I guess.
Oh, to try and look at the most?
Well, I mean, no, I guess
Like, if
that
you-
would miss the most.
If you had a timer
yeah,
and was like,
you have
I
5
have
minutes.
5 minutes to see as much as I can.
Nah, I would say the one thing.
Tits!
I would say the one thing. I would say the one thing that you just missed the most.
Miss the
You
most?
would miss the most.
Definitely,
Sunrise.
definitely sunrise.
Okay.
I would miss. This is gonna be sappy, but I'd miss seeing my kids
Yeah,
smile.
of course that makes
Yeah.
sense. 'Cause you
Yeah.
got fucking kids.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
don't
that
have
does-
kids,
that
so I don't
does
give a
make a
shit
lot of
about them.
sense.
Because I'd be like,
Yeah, I mean, you can still hear them at least. So thank God for that.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Um,
yeah.
no, shut the fuck up.
I would probably go. I think I would probably have to go with landscape, like mountains,
Oh, yeah,
ocean,
scenery.
stuff like
Oh,
that,
yeah.
like scenery. Like that's just,
For sure.
yeah, it'd be tough not to be, because when I thought about it, like loved ones would be a big one too. But I would be happy that I would still be able to hear my loved ones.
Yeah.
And being able to converse with them is
Yeah.
huge for me.
Yeah.
So I don't mind that as much. Can you pause that? I totally forgot that I had that running.
Yeah.
My bad. But like
Why are you
landscapes.
apologizing.
Yeah.
so upset about it.
I don't know. Like you can hear like nature, I guess, and you can hear the ocean waves.
Right.
But like, let's say I go somewhere I've never been before. Like if I wasn't able to see like Colorado, like for the first time,
Yeah.
and sit on Pikes Peak
It'd be
and see
incredibly
that for the
sad.
first time,
Yeah.
it would be sad because somebody would have to explain it to me, and I'd be like, it will never be the same as if I were to actually see it.
Yeah.
So I would say landscape for me.
if
Definitely.
I didn't say my kids, I'd probably say the same thing, or
Yeah.
just daytime, because like how do you know that it's time to go to bed when you're blind?
well, but I was gonna say, don't you think that your circadian rhythm would actually be extremely on point at
You
that
think
point?
so?
I
think
would
mine
have.
would get thrown off.
I
like
would think that
crazy.
it would have to be like after a certain amount of time, like your circadian rhythm would have to be like
On point.
supreme
Yeah.
compared to others.
I guess, but
Because what are you relying on? But you can't rely on sight of if it's dark or light out anymore.
Yeah.
You're now only focused on how your body actually feels at that time.
yeah, I
and
guess
if
that's
you
fair.
actually need rest or not.
I'd be
Yeah.
like, Alexa, set an alarm for
Alexa.
for 7:00 in the morning.
Alexa, set an alarm for whenever the fucking sunrise is coming up. I don't
What's
know.
up, James?
James?
What's going
What
on,
up, man? All right, so here.
Oh, wait.
go ahead.
Who,
Go ahead.
Who said these
Jory.
Jory?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I want to apologize, Jory. I didn't even realize that you were at G5.
Oh yeah. She was
Hi.
like, yeah. If she's, I don't even know if she's watching. She might still be at work, but yeah.
I apologize. I didn't say hi. I feel like an asshole.
You should.
I
That's
do.
okay.
It's
I do.
funny because you're a huge asshole.
I
giant
am. I
asshole.
have a huge
Jesus.
asshole. We
You have a
understand.
big
We all
old
seen it.
butt.
Sorry, James.
All right. So so then to go off of that one, what's the last thing you would want for the rest of your senses if you were to lose them? So say your smell, touch, even emotional feeling. What's the last thing you would ever want to feel? What's the last smell you would ever want? What's the last touch you would ever want? That's a tough one.
Last taste.
So we'll start with taste.
tiramisu.
Wow, that's a
Tiramisu.
good one.
Ooh,
Big
That's a
ass
good one.
Big ass slice of tiramisu.
Yeah, tiramisu is
Or a
good.
big ass greasy burger. Because fuck it. Why not?
All right.
Taste?
okay. Yeah, last taste that you would ever want to taste. This is your last meal.
Ooh, that's a really tough one because there's a lot of things that I really enjoy.
The food in our mouths turned to ash. Pirates of the Caribbean. Puss.
I thought about it. No, that'd probably make it way easier. Probably like rainbow sherbet.
That's the last
Ooh,
taste.
last taste. That are like
See,
Fruit Loops.
Here's my thing: is
Fruity Pebbles, you son of a gun.
I would want it to be something new,
Yeah.
just to add to the memory palette. Because like, if I think of Fruit Loops, I know what they taste like. I
Yeah.
can go back to that memory
Yeah, it's
of what
Apple
they taste
Jacks.
like. Apple Jacks. Ooh, Apple Jacks were
Ooh.
good. Reese's Puffs. Love that shit,
Dude,
dog.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
But I would want to try something new because then I can just add that to my. But it would have to be. The problem is it would have to be something new
Yeah.
and equally good.
Yeah.
Like, I guess I would try like Wagyu beef. I've never had like a
Mm.
true Wagyu steak, like
Yeah.
the real supreme.
I
Wagyu. Actually, anything. I'll make it easy. Anything that the Salt Bay. Anything he's ever made, that would be my last
Yeah.
meal. Like anything that guy has ever made, because
I would-
I've seen videos on his Instagram, and everything looks phenomenal.
I
Yeah.
don't know. The steak tastes like elbow salt.
Honestly, I would probably I
Is that
fucking
elbow hair.
I'd try one of Gordon Ramsay's dishes.
Oh,
yeah.
there you
His
go.
beef Wellington looks
The
amazing.
Wellington?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a beef Wellington.
I used to sit on YouTube and just watch and make stuff.
Dude,
Just-
I still do that
Yeah,
now.
it's fun, man.
Fuck.
So
It's
okay,
therapeutic.
so we got last taste, last smell.
Smell? Oh.
That's tough. There's a lot of good smells out there. A lot of
Vanilla.
bad smells out there.
Vanilla.
Vanilla. That's a good one.
Just vanilla
It's
bean.
very like a Madagascar. vanilla.
Or maple extract.
Ooh, okay.
Or no, coffee beans.
Coffee beans are good too.
Fuck,
Do you
man.
know that they've actually done studies on like olfactory senses studies that just going into a coffee shop and smelling the coffee beans, for people that drink coffee especially, it actually lowers your cortisol level just from smelling coffee
Really?
beans.
Really?
Yeah, because your body is reacting to what is coming,
Mhm.
and it knows what it's basically like the reward system. It knows what is next, and it just it kicks you into overdrive. So next time you
Put
walk
that
into
in
a
your
coffee
body.
shop, next time you walk into a coffee shop that actually smells like coffee, I know some
Yeah.
smell more like the food, but the next time you go into one that smells like coffee, think about it, and you'll immediately be put in a
My
better
brain
mood.
will wag its
See, that
really
explains
weird.
why I was always so fucking giddy when I went to work at the coffee shops.
Yep,
So
it just automatic. Also,
those are some
fun
of my
fact
funnest
about
jobs.
coffee: do you know that Starbucks? He actually, what's his name? Oh god damn it.
Charles Bucks.
No. The fuck is that guy's name that owns Starbucks now? I read his book.
Stardale.
Senior Starbucks.
Anyways, that guy
Senior Buck.
he's a fucking genius. So when they first started doing food
Yeah.
in their Starbucks restaurants, they actually, I think he changed. He had someone so he walked into a Starbucks one day after they had already implemented the sandwiches and stuff, and you know how they cook the sandwiches there, and he noticed that there was an overbearing smell of the sandwiches, and you couldn't smell the coffee anymore. And so he had an entire R&D side of his company that he built out strictly to invent a new oven that traps the smell of those sandwiches so it doesn't radiate through the store.
Wow.
He just built out this whole new set because he's like, that's not what we're about.
Yeah.
We're glad to offer it and happy to offer it, but the coffee comes first. And he knew that coffee, when people smell coffee, they
How
become
much
happy.
money
Yeah.
did he spend on that though?
I'd much rather smell coffee than I would
yeah.
like a breakfast
Exactly.
sandwich. Yeah.
Exactly, because I've gone into coffee shop. I went down to one down
That's
in Florida
interesting.
where I smelled the sandwich,
Mhm.
and I was actually sort of upset that I didn't smell
Coffee.
the coffee. And granted, that place was also kind of a restaurant sort of place
More like
as
a
well.
cafe,
It was
yeah.
a cafe, so
Yeah.
it was kind of different. But
See, there's-
super weird.
There's this spot called Red Eye Coffee, and it might be no, I don't think it's a chain. I think it's just the one. But it's in Chicago, just outside of North Center, and it literally you can smell it a couple blocks away.
Which is awesome.
I've
It's,
actually-
it's just
I've been there a couple
coffee.
times. It's
It
nice.
is just fucking coffee. It's amazing. I love it.
There's this place up in Madison, Cargo Coffee, that I go to all the time. It's the same way.
Yeah.
Just reeks of coffee everywhere near it, but I fucking love it.
What was I else I gonna say about coffee? I was gonna say something else. Oh yeah, so that guy. God damn, it's gonna piss me off. I don't know his name. I gotta look
I'd
it up.
say the last smell that I would want to smell
Kevin Johnson.
would be
My butt.
Howard Schultz. Howard Schultz is his name.
oh, nice.
He doesn't own it. He's not the CEO anymore. He stepped down. But
Mm.
anyways, go on. What'd you say?
But
last smell.
it would probably be like that dewy, fresh morning rain. I think where it's like,
Yeah, Johnny. So also we should. Sorry, we should. I don't want to interrupt, but we
No,
should
no.
also address this. So we are kind of switching up our schedule right now. We're trying to figure out what days we're doing everything. That's why we haven't posted much scheduling wise. Drake, as we all know, got a promotion at his job, so we're all happy about that. But we're trying to basically figure it out to where, because he's going to be working later now into the day, we have to kind of, it's going to be weird scheduling.
Yeah.
So we may be transitioning lives to Tuesday. I'm not sure yet.
We'll let you know on Facebook
Yeah.
or something here coming up here.
Thanks.
Yeah, so we'll let you guys know once we get this schedule nailed down on what timing's going to look like. I know that our Facebook Live is going to be switching now to Fridays. So we will be doing our Facebook Lives on Fridays now. But as far as the main episode will still come out on Tuesday. That will not change. But for the YouTube Live, we are trying to figure out if that's going to stay on Mondays or go to Tuesdays. So just bear with us while we figure this all out. Sorry about that. Excuse me, I should have addressed that before.
I am sorry.
No, don't be. You got a fucking promotion. We're proud of you, man. All right, so go ahead with your smell. It was dewy, rainy.
Yeah, so like just after like a summer's rain.
Yeah.
Like that smell of where everything's damp, it's cool. Like the air, just the air that you're breathing is cool.
Okay.
You know?
That would be nice.
Yeah.
Maybe
like
a forest.
Yeah.
Like I would like a lush. I'm talking fucking plants and flowers and shit everywhere.
Foliage
all over the place. Fucking everywhere. That's
worms.
That's the last thing you would. Well, yeah, because it'd rain.
Oh yeah.
No, that's the last thing I would want to smell.
Okay.
The last thing I want to smell is a fucking fistful of worms.
Just a fucking fistful. All right, so we got last taste, last smell.
You grabbed a fistful of worms.
Last feeling.
Last feeling.
No. I'm sorry. Not emotional feeling. Touch.
Like,
last touch.
Last touch.
It might be boobs. I'm gonna be honest. It might be boobs for me.
It wouldn't just be sex. Like,
I mean, I guess if you're going overarching feeling, then that
like
would be the last.
any feeling, but like
that's the last. If you're talking one unified touch, like one single touch of the last thing,
single touch,
maybe sand. Ooh, sand in between the feet.
Oh, okay. So that immediately
that might.
I have an affinity towards dirt. Like if just having dirt in my fingers and like doing this, like I fucking love that.
Yeah, I'm going with sand in between the toes. For sure, I think that's got to be it.
I'm going feeling of being in a hot tub.
All right,
that coated,
but like the first feeling, not like after your skin's dried out. Right?
Then how about like just diving into a pool, like that the cool,
the
rush.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah,
I like that. And yours is dirt in between your fingers, or you don't know yet.
That's
only
it's really tough. It's really no. Like I'd
seriously, boobs
sex.
would be a good.
Boobs is by default.
Yeah. Boobs.
We all know that
definitely.
we want boobs.
Yeah,
but
like, yeah, I don't know because that would. Ooh, God, touch.
Last touch ever.
Last touch ever.
Ever. You don't get to touch anything ever again after that.
Sex. That would be
touch. Like we're talking individual.
The
one
feeling of
individual
insertion. That initial insertion.
All right.
That's what I would fucking.
Something slippery.
Yeah.
A vagina.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I mean, I'd have to
obviously-
focus on it. I would have to
I'd
focus on that feeling.
I
for
only
the
get one
rest
of
my
these.
life.
I
Yeah.
would pick that too. I mean, obviously, but the secondary one would be sand in between the toes. All right, so
I'm not sure if I like this existence anymore.
So
progressively
pretty awful.
losing senses.
well, it's gonna get worse.
I'm giving up everything I love.
Last sound. Last thing you ever hear.
Mac and cheese. No.
Yeah, about that.
I'd say.
Is it like a singular song, or like a sound? Can we do
Sound.
Like a
Sound.
It could be.
What about a quip?
Sure. It's the last thing you ever get to hear.
I would want something funny
To be the last thing you ever
for the
heard.
last thing.
Chris
'Cause, I
Tucker
mean-
from the movie Friday, where he just goes, "You got knocked the fuck out."
I think ocean crashing, maybe.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Or going back to the forest, rain
Yeah,
hitting like the
like
forest
leaves.
top.
Actually, yeah, rain sounds.
Fuck,
yeah.
that'd be a good one.
Honestly, yeah,
with a
rain.
babbling brook next to it.
Yeah.
I'm sold. With some
Yeah.
birds chirping, I'm sold.
Yeah, I'd have to say rain.
Yep,
Definitely rain.
I think I'd go there.
Like just as it fades out, just listening to rain.
And then
Just gone.
and then nothing. Wow, what a fucking
You guys are
Talk about a
deep today,
poetic
Jesus.
ending to
Dude.
to your sounds, to your hearing. What
was
about
all
you?
right.
What do you got for
What
for last?
the fuck did he just say?
Star Wars thermonuclear.
Wilhelm scream.
Or the fucking the what is it, the H or the X wings? No. Yeah.
Okay, that sounds like a cat.
Oh, yeah, it kinda
what
did.
do you got for your
I
last
can't
one?
exactly
Ooh,
do that. The TIE fighters. That's what I was thinking. No, yes.
Yeah, X-wing TIE fighter. Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
same thing.
Last
Oh no, TIE fighters is the sorry.
final sound. All right, imagine that you're in a cave, right? And you
Okay.
hear a single drip of water and it echoes.
Ooh.
Just that one
Ooh.
Actually, I can do that.
last sound.
No.
Can you really?
Well, with the effects here, I can do that
Do it.
technically.
We haven't fucked around with the effects in a while.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Oh God, I don't know if I should. It'll take us down a dark hole. All right, so here's the last one. This one's deep. Last emotional feeling you would ever want to feel.
Oh, I haven't had an emotional feeling in months.
What up, thirsty
What's up, dude?
Last one.
I'd say the last feeling is something that I experienced recently. A joyful cry.
Oh, okay.
That's a good
Like,
one.
and not just like like one, like sobbing, but it was in joy.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Yeah, real good.
I'd want that feeling like right after a big hug.
Mm.
Yeah, that's like the satisfying feeling.
Your soul is warm.
Yeah.
Probably coming. That would be the last.
Way to stick all
feeling.
the
Well, I mean,
human.
technically, well, oh yeah, you wouldn't feel it. Fuck.
That would want to be the last
This
feeling.
is purely
is
logistic
orgasm.
now.
This is purely just.
Can I still do this?
This is a fucking show. I hope you know this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, that
how
would,
would you? You could never have sex again.
but I
without a
want the
condom.
feeling literally like
vinegar strokes, and then
like the feeling of the immediate, not the regret afterwards.
right,
The immediate
like
of
the
feeling.
peak of climax,
The-
and then nothing.
This is the greatest thing that's ever happened and done. Like,
I'm alive.
Yeah.
and then just nothing.
like just a
And now I'm a robot.
emotional dump, like a serotonin dump into the
Mm.
fucking brain. That's the last feeling. That's all I need.
Can I take a bunch of DMT before I do that?
You say
And then-
I would take a fistful of fucking ecstasy.
True emotional bliss from the thumb ring story. So Thirst already
I'm
watched the
glad
last
you
week's
enjoyed
episode.
it.
This
I
week's
saw your
episode.
comment.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
that was
so good.
fantastic.
I'm
Oh,
glad
he
you liked
commented on it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he commented on
Yeah.
it.
I
Yeah,
didn't
it's
see that.
fantastic.
It's a good one.
I gotta read
I'm
that.
glad you like that, man.
Hold on.
Honestly,
That
I
was a
think
great
that's
story.
that's outside of like us going on the vacation. Like I think that's the first time I've ever told that story out loud.
I want this story playing on loop. Like this with my wife.
I can make it happen, man. I will show up at your wedding. I will tell this story.
Yeah, that's getting a fucking pin right to the top right there. Leave it to Thirst to have the greatest fucking comments, dude.
I was dying, man.
Oh,
I was at
that's
lunch. I was at
hilarious.
lunch at work, and I read that comment. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ.
That's amazing. I love it. Yeah, so I was trying to write, going back to the story, for those of you that haven't watched this week's episode yet, it's a pretty good one. There was some fun we got beef. That's all I'm gonna say. We got beef. We got beef with children. We got beef with David Miscavige.
Just all
We
children.
got
There
beef.
wasn't,
Fuck all of them.
it wasn't
Beef
beef, with children. It was
Nah, I got a beef with that child. I'll kill jellyfish and I won't have
Yeah.
beef. How about that? We got
Yeah.
beef with people. That's all I'm saying. But yeah,
Stingrays.
when I was
kids.
trying to write the description
Mhm.
for this week, I don't even remember what I actually put. I think I put so I put Drake talks about the time he unintentionally put a child in its place at the zoo. What I wanted to put was Drake tells a story of the time he accidentally abused a child.
Yeah,
But I was
yeah,
like,
you shouldn't.
I was
That's
like,
definitely
nope,
not the
that's not how we're
context.
starting it because people are going to take that way out of context, and
yeah.
that's not how I want it to come off. Thousand he says after that story. Just thumb rings.
I'm very confident
Oh god,
because of that event. I
Drake just, like,
crippled a
sprouts
child in
multiple
one,
arms.
one thumb flap.
maybe I don't know about all that. Nala, what are you doing?
Yeah, meow.
You gonna join us for
Stay
the live,
away.
Nala?
Stay away.
Meow.
If she goes towards that box, you fucking get her. because I am not
Bring her up
dealing with
here.
her making noise.
Yeah, man.
All right, so we got all of the last stuff out of the way.
Mhm.
That was
Come
a
here.
little depressing. The last things
Yeah, a
that
little
you'd
bit.
ever want to.
Now you got me thinking about shit. I'm in like
What's the last thing you'd ever want to say?
Ooh.
Welcome to Fuck Shit Mountain.
It's your boy King Fuck a Shit Mountain or King Shit a Fuck Mountain.
King shit a fuck mountain.
Yeah, I don't. What the last thing you'd ever want to say? I did it for the Vine.
I did it for the.
Well, it's been fun.
Yeah, so
That'll do,
we're going.
pig.
That'll do. Pig. So
That's
Thirst,
all, folks.
we're going through like the last thing we'd ever want to hear, last thing we'd ever want to
Yeah.
touch, last thing we'd ever want to taste, last thing you'd ever want to see, all that fun shit. But
Yeah.
we already went through all the senses. But yeah, last thing you'd want to say. Thanks. I'll be here all week.
Do you die right after?
I don't know. I would just assume if I can't say anything ever again,
You
I'm
just become
probably
mute?
dead.
Like,
Sure, I guess you just are a mute. Hey kids, watch this. Done. I don't know. It'd have to be something funny though. I'd have to say something funny for my final
Yeah,
words that
yeah.
everybody would remember. Like, I don't want to go cheesy and go, "I love you." No, fuck that. I don't want to be funny when
Yeah.
I
I think
mute.
I'd turn it into something that could have meaning for someone else. Like, and I start my vow of silence, and then
There you go.
yeah.
Or okay, quick, before I die or before I go mute, I gotta tell you, I hid the treasure and done.
Write it down. Write it down. I can't see. Well, you can't talk either. So
Oh my god, just fuck with people.
You're
okay.
still alive,
Okay.
but
So
you're
if this
just
is
there.
if this is a linear thing.
No, these were
right?
all individual, but sure, if you want to go linear with it,
So
we can go
each and
dark.
every one of those. Okay, let's get dark. I would
It's
literally.
buried under the Declaration of.
I would literally tell the person listening to kill me. If this is a linear timeline, right, and we've just gradually lost all these senses, the last things out of my mouth would be kill me.
But what if the words were the first thing you lose? What if you go mute first? You don't know the rest of it's coming. What if
Ooh.
that's
Oh,
the first one in the lineage?
Oh fuck.
God.
You don't know.
Because then you can just learn sign language.
Yeah, but you can't say anything ever again.
Well, eventually, yeah, but you'd have to
And
learn it
can you
quick.
learn sign language in time before you go
Yeah.
fucking blind?
Well, I think I could still.
Morse code.
Yeah.
But then you can't touch, you can't feel anymore.
I feel like I'd still be able, just out of sheer memory, or like memory,
Ain't no quote
Right.
written in sign language.
write something like with my hand, like even just like, because you wouldn't
No.
feel the motion, you wouldn't feel that you're touching
All
anything.
Then you lose. All right, what's the last thing you want to do with your motor skills? Now you
Oh,
lose
God!
everything. now you're done.
Oh,
Motor
man.
skills. See, you can't ask
Fucking-
me anymore because if it's a
It's
linear
fucking-
thing, I'm already dead. I'm
Yeah,
already
honestly,
done.
The last thing I want to do with my motor skills
Hey!
is probably jump off a fucking bridge
bite
head
my
first.
tongue off because I'm not going to
Jesus.
feel it.
None
Like-
of this is linear though. This is all individual.
Oh yeah,
sections.
so motor skills.
Jumping off a bridge head first.
Yeah,
fuck
most
that.
definitely. I'm not getting trapped. Dude, we've talked about this. That's my number one fear.
Nope.
Out of any fear, getting trapped in this vessel. No thanks, dude.
I would say jumping out of a plane.
Yeah.
No shoot.
No shit.
I just want to feel the
You guys ever
bliss.
see the Bill Burr skit about the guy in the helicopter? It's
That's
the
my
water.
favorite part.
Ah!
Because it's such a sad story. It
And
is
then he didn't die.
the worst story I've ever heard a comedian talk about. And I've listened to a lot of
Oh,
Joey
man.
Diaz stuff.
Oh god.
And like that is hands down like the worst story I've ever heard. The funniest ending, but the worst story I have ever heard.
Hey, get yeah, just pat her butt or something.
Because it's just
Tell her
it's
to
just
get out of
perfect.
Hey,
It's just perfectly timed. And like the timing.
all right, where would you want to die if you could die anywhere? I'm going so dark, but I don't really care.
So I'm just I don't know.
Where would I wanna
I
die?
look at things in a dark way.
Scratch a kitty's belly. Fucking do it, pussy.
Well, if you've already lost feeling at that point, it's cool. Like,
Yeah.
you ain't gonna just feel shit.
Just look at the cat as it attacks you. This is dominance now. I have
Yeah.
dominated.
Understand, you can do nothing to me now.
See, my cat just rolls over and is like, yeah, rub only my stomach at this point.
Really?
Yeah, he's just like, yeah, fuck it.
So you have chosen death, I see. Mm, wise choice. Death, I see. Okay, so if you could die anywhere,
Akigara.
The
Suicide Forest.
Suicide Forest.
I want to die getting shot in a fucking space.
I was gonna say space too.
Yeah.
Space.
Because then, like,
As long as I don't feel it.
because like as you're dying, you can like see the stars and shit, and then
Yeah.
See your blood boiling. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot
You
a
didn't
question
see
that I
that?
wanted to ask you guys.
Sorry, I'm full of yells and weird noises today.
shout out to.
I chop a body part and take the ashes to where I want them, and then Viking funeral pyre. Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah.
I'll do you one better.
I don't know if I'd chop off body parts, but I would do the
feel
Viking pyre.
like I missed out on a really big opportunity for conversations like this.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, you could have.
I am so sorry,
Yeah,
Jory.
you missed
I
out,
wish I
dude.
would have known.
You missed out.
Should have said something. I want to know what that fucking card game was, though.
It was Egyptian rat, something.
Because I kept hearing you say sandwich, and I really tried not to, because it's minding my own business. Really tried to not look over.
It's such a good game, dude.
It looked like a lot of
It is
fun.
fun.
It looked like a lot of fun.
Okay, so go ahead.
I was gonna say I want to like now that you brought that up, I want a Viking funeral, but as I'm getting shot into space, somebody hits me with a rocket
With a
launcher.
fucking
With
rock-
with a Stinger missile.
Yeah, fucking.
That's
A little bit of
hilarious.
classic, a little bit
Egyptian
of
rat
modern.
screw.
You're
That's what it
good.
was. Oh yeah, and golf. Golf is fun.
Nice.
So all right, here's my question. Then here's my other question. Would you rather live in space or live underwater to die on a pyramid with a crude drawing of an alien? Yes,
That would be fucking dope.
yeah. Live in space, not on a planet, just in space.
In space. Like in a station, or just like floating and you have like everything attached to you by tethers.
No, you're in a station, but we're including all things that could go wrong with
Okay.
current technology as well.
So you're saying space or ocean?
Or like
Alien
miles, or like
Little
miles,
Mermaid.
miles under the. Let's say, would you rather live 6 miles under the ocean, or in space?
Under the ocean.
Yep.
So I can find food.
And it was hard for me to say that. However, with current technologies,
Mhm.
yeah.
if I get hurt in space,
Dunzo.
I'm fucked pretty much.
Yeah.
If I get hurt in the ocean,
You'll
also
never find food in space.
Counter question
You'll
then.
starve
Yeah.
to
What
death.
about the technology from let's say 20 years in the future?
well,
Still
20,
underwater?
20
space.
years,
Because
you
in
gotta-
20 years, I'm
Ocean.
breathing underwater.
20
'Cause-
years we might be living on Mars.
Yeah.
20 years we will have a colony on Mars.
So you got Alien, you got Little Mermaid,
Little Mermaid.
you got
Little Mermaid.
And here's the thing too, like we still have so much left unexplored in
yeah.
the ocean too.
Yeah.
So
I'm just thinking in
'Cause
longevity.
what happens when you-
Because I don't
like-
want to die in 20 years.
what
so-
happens when all of a sudden I can live in the ocean now and then Cthulhu pops out? Like,
Cool.
What are you doing then? Or the
wow,
You
we're
visit
all
the
dead
Kraken.
anyways. Live
That's
underground,
awesome.
Uranus and just send radio waves forever with a broadcast message that says nice.
Nice.
No, you can't live on a planet. You got to just live on a
Nice.
space station. I would have
I would
to
send
go.
binary code except it would only say 6 and 9 the entire time.
I would agree though. I would have to go ocean.
It takes 10 years to get fucking.
And I think the reason I pick ocean is because I was watching NOLA recently,
Hmm.
like a bunch of stuff about them, National Oceanic.
Yeah.
And what's the other two? What's LA?
Los Angeles.
Duh. I can't remember what
I'll
it all
look it
stands for, but they have a base underwater
Mhm.
that's 60 feet underwater,
Mhm.
and people live in it for weeks at a time.
Yeah.
And what's crazy about it is it's a moon pool.
Ooh.
So, like-
all they do, they just
They just come in.
Yeah.
There's no like depressurization or anything. They literally dive down, they go up through the entrance, and the
Yeah.
entrance is literally just a staircase that brings them up out of the water.
Yeah.
That's it. And it's so cool
That's
because
fucking badass.
it's auto pressurized. Like where they're living is pressurized to the same pressure as the water outside, and that's the only way that you can do a moon tank or what
Moon
moon
pool,
moon
yeah.
pool. That's the only way you can do it. And what's crazier about that is, so when you go diving, right,
Mhm.
and you're coming back up to a boat,
Yeah.
you really only want to be down there a maximum of an hour.
Yeah.
Maximum, because you're gonna get bent otherwise. Like
yeah.
you're gonna get the bends real bad because the nitrogen is gonna just completely dilute your blood, and no matter how long you wait, you're fucked.
Yeah.
However, when they're staying in this tank down there, this base down there, they can go for unlimited amounts of time diving. Because when they get back into that pool or into that base, they're still at the same pressure. So the nitrogen doesn't need to
recalibrate,
dissipate. Because you're at the same pressure down there.
Wow.
However, the scary part is is that when they want to come back up, they have to basically just lay in bed and read a book for one entire day. And the one guy I was watching, he said that you can actually sort of feel the nitrogen leave your blood. Like it's almost like you start to tingle a little bit. But it takes an entire day for that base to dissipate and come more to atmospheric pressure to where you can come up out of it. And I think it like raises up basically with you, but
fuck, man,
it's crazy.
Badass.
So they can literally just go out there and just scuba dive for fucking hours on end, 7-8 hours on end.
That's badass.
And obviously they got to refill tanks, but they have like these refill connectors on the outside of the tank or of the base, like all over the base, where they can just go hook in and it refills their tank. But they can just go out there for however long they want.
That's
and
fucking
do all this.
seriously cool.
It's fucking wild. But they also, why I would choose that is because they have Wi-Fi, they have electricity, they have internet, and they can get pizza delivered to them. There's one guy from I think it was a Pizza Hut or something, that was literally diving down with a water sealed otter box and delivering pizzas to them.
Awesome.
It's fucking amazing, dude. Now get out of there.
That's hilarious.
I'm putting you in the room, you little shit.
Where'd you go?
So what exactly is the bends? Because I'm not really familiar with scuba diving stuff.
She ran out of the living room.
Because I've never scuba dove.
Because isn't the bends like an oversaturation of nitrogen in your blood?
Too much nitrogen in your blood, and you come up too quickly. That nitrogen creates. Sorry, I'll get back on the mic here so you can all hear it. So basically, it's when you have a bunch of nitrogen that fills your bloodstream, and what happens is when you come up too fast, that nitrogen has nowhere to go, so it just becomes air bubbles in your blood.
Which can cause a stroke,
it will block off. It'll block off blood flow, and if it's bad enough, it'll just kill you.
Fuck.
If it's not terrible, it's just severely painful, like throbbing pain, because it's just cutting off blood supply to main arteries and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So.
That sounds fucking awful.
Yeah. So the bends is like a scary thing. Like you can definitely dive from the bends.
Yeah.
So you have to be. That's why they tell you. So like. If you've never gone scuba diving, like basically, if you've been down for a certain amount of time, you blow out a couple bubbles and you make sure you don't go up before you don't
move faster,
submerge or rise quicker than the bubbles, those air bubbles. You basically stay under those air bubbles the whole time.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's like it's a very crude rule to follow for beginner divers, especially. So, speaking of diving. Me and Justin are signing up for the beginner diving course. So if you guys want in,
that sounds awesome.
It's pretty decently priced.
Where are you doing that at?
Loves Park.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, I'll do that.
So you do like an online course, and then you do the pool dives, and then you do your open water dives, and you're certified as a basic diver. So if you guys want to do it, let me know, because we got pretty good deals on it right now.
I'd fucking do that. That sounds awesome, actually.
Cool. I just want to get back into it. I did it a couple times at Western, and I fucking loved it. It was so much fun. So I want to get certified and do.
I mean, I love swimming and stuff. So
scuba diving, you've never gone? It's a fuckload of fun, dude. You'll fall in love. I think.
I've always heard that it's a blast. Yeah. I'm 100% on board with anything water related.
It's just very it's very different. It's very like.
I still haven't gone kayaking this year, which is like the saddest thing in the world, because I used to go all the time.
I just want to go do like dive on shipwrecks and stuff, and that's what's cool. Like Loves Park, so they actually do like every month they'll go do something, and then at one time a year they'll do a big one, like Cozumel or something like that.
Fuck.
But like I think like next month they're going up to Michigan, and they're gonna do a 3-day shipwreck dive.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, so and you can go with them and stuff like that. So
damn, I would totally do that.
Yep. So
did you buy like your own equipment and stuff though, or?
No, you don't have to. They provide like for your beginner dive, they provide everything for you.
Okay.
For your certification. But if you
Sick.
do
I
buy
am, bro.
anything you buy from them at the store is 20% off if you go through them for the
Fuck.
course. So
Shit, dude.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
pretty
I'm
decent.
down for
price.
that.
And you don't have to buy anything, but yeah. So I'm gonna go do it because why not add a hobby to my list? And also depth tanks are opening back up, and I think we need to go do those.
That's a
Is it like the
must.
really, really deep pools or
No, not depth.
Deprivation.
Deprivation tanks.
Oh, depth tanks. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
depth tanks.
You can rent equipment. Yeah, you can rent equipment too if you go on like a dive somewhere.
Yeah.
You can
And a
rent
lot
equipment.
of places that have like really beautifully clear water with like placed diving locations.
Mhm.
So like there's ships and there's like planes.
Oh
and
yeah,
school
you can
buses
rent
and shit.
equipment through those guys.
There's
yeah.
always a kiosk that has
Yep.
rental stuff.
Okay, that's good to know.
You just have to be certified.
Yeah,
to
it's
do
like
that
I know
stuff,
Lake
but-
Geneva has one of the dive shops.
I
Yeah.
fucking love that. I love Lake Geneva.
Yeah, so if you guys want to go, it's like well, fuck, I just said it right. It's $250 for the whole course,
Fuck,
and that
dude.
includes all equipment and everything. So
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Shit. I mean, first I gotta get paid from somebody.
right, yeah. Well, I'm saving up. We just started. I just went in and asked like all the info yesterday, so we are literally starting now to save up the $250 basically. And then once you pay, you just pay over the phone, and they send you a code to your e-learning stuff.
Okay.
You do your e-learning quick, and then you can go. You just schedule private dives with we can all schedule a dive day
Yeah.
with each other at their pool.
Fuck.
And their pool's cool. So I think theirs starts. So it's really fucking weird. So you know how most pools they do like a gradual like drop off, right?
Yeah.
So this one's not gradual, sort of. So you have like the first maybe 5 feet into the pool, not even like the first 3 feet into the pool
Yeah,
is
just
3 feet depth.
Okay.
And then after that, it drops to 11 feet. It's fucking cool.
That's how my pool was back in college over Whitewater.
Yeah, get your own wetsuit, definitely. They said wetsuit was good, but they said a lot of people the first things they buy, like if you get into it, they said the first things that people usually buy is fins and their mask, because the mask can be so like
Expensive or
well, not expensive. It's that like you
It's
want
crucial,
a comfortable mask.
oh yeah.
And so you want something that's custom to you. So a lot of
Yeah.
people tend to just go with their mask first
Okay.
over anything else.
That makes sense.
And they'll do like, so during your first beginner dive, they'll fit you for masks and stuff. So
Yeah.
like what you would want or stuff
They're
like
gonna
that.
be
And-
like, Walker's got a big ass head.
we don't have a fucking mask. For you.
Fuck.
Put this
You're
goddamn
gonna need 2
bowl
masks.
over your head.
Yeah.
Yeah, but definitely a wetsuit. I know I've already looked at wetsuits and god damn it, those are not cheap.
There's some
Yeah.
cool
Wetsuits.
fucking wetsuits though.
Fuck yeah, there is, but those ones. I mean, they're not overly expensive if you're not going crazy. I mean, you can get them for like $160, $170.
I
but-
want some like old like 1970s style Johnny Quest harpoonist type
No, you don't.
fucking wetsuit.
No, you don't.
No.
My mom and my dad used to scuba dive all the time, so they had all their own equipment.
Yeah.
And I put on my dad's old one. It is the roughest fucking material.
Yeah.
dude.
Really?
Like, and it was in pristine
It's not
condition.
even neoprene. It's probably
Dude,
that
it's-
other
it's like a
fucking old
fucking
school neoprene shit.
dense cotton
Oh.
weave with like nylon and
Crazy.
Yeah, no thanks. So.
Yeah,
Damn,
I
wetsuits are expensive.
think they used to be they were
It was like-
neoprene, but now they have like the
It was like
Gore-Tex
gross.
neoprene
Yeah,
with them. So
Gore-Tex,
they're
dude.
like real nice. They're like smooth almost.
So all right, so
it
wetsuits.
doesn't tug.
Are those just like rubber almost? So like
neoprene. It's
yeah.
mostly neoprene, but it's also like a lot of them now have Gore-Tex.
So it keeps like all the
technology
liquid
involved.
out, or
It keeps you warm.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
so-
the
Yeah,
biggest part.
it's to keep you warm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you dive. I mean, when you dive and some of this stuff,
It
it's
gets
cold,
cold
as
as fuck.
fuck.
Gotcha.
Like especially like Pearl Lake, diving into Pearl Lake, because think about it, you're going so many feet down, it's getting cold down
Yeah,
there
that's
because
fair.
there's no
There's no
sun
light.
down there, so it gets fucking cold.
But the water, like you still feel the water and stuff like that outside of it. Or?
No, not really. I
Okay.
mean, yeah,
it basically becomes like a second skin
yeah,
because like that's all you feel is that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like it's literally so touched, like it's so form fitting to you
Yeah.
that like if you're nervous about people seeing your shit, like reassess depending on what you're wearing.
Depending on what you're wearing,
Yeah.
though, for the most part, you're usually
Yeah.
pretty good. I mean,
Yeah.
Anytime
you
I'm
have a
wearing
swimsuit
fucking-
underneath,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
But
you're wet on the inside, but your body warms the water. Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, like you can
with
feel it.
jeans,
It's just like
Well, I'm definitely
You're
shoving
warm.
a banana in then. If
Oh
it's
yeah,
getting,
just an absolute sock of a hammer down there. Like, wow, look at that fucking guy. No, but yeah,
Why is the stick so round? I'm ready to die.
and like for the pool dive and stuff, you don't need a wetsuit. It's recommended when you do your pro lake, maybe get one because you're gonna get fucking cold down there.
Well, I mean, I thought about in the future getting my kayak, also getting a wetsuit at some point, just because I heard that you're going to want to do that anyways for just even for, open water kayaking and stuff like that.
Yeah. If you go like sea kayaking or like Lake Michigan kayaking, it's probably a best bet to have.
Well, I was looking into the Lake Michigan stuff.
Yeah. If you do Lake Michigan, I would strongly recommend a wetsuit because you fall in there, you're fucked.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Your own, because when people get cold, they pee in it. Oh yeah, 100%. You pee in that wetsuit.
Don't shit though, because that's shark sugar.
Or grouper sugar.
Grouper. Oh yeah, you don't want to. Okay, so there's another.
Well, groupers get fucking huge.
Well, there's two different types of grouper. There's regular grouper, and then there's giant grouper.
Yeah, the big flats. Yeah, those motherfuckers.
Those fucking things are huge. They're the size.
They
can eat a person.
Yeah.
Fuck.
They won't. They fucking can.
Perception, like they're gigantic.
Yeah.
Giant grouper.
Which is funny because the story I was watching of the guy it was a Joe Rogan podcast interview, and this guy has lived 3 amazing lives so far. He was an astronaut, lived on the space station for 95 days. Then he came back, lived underwater for 2 weeks in that base. So he just went into diving instead. And now he's a technical consultant for TV shows, for like sci-fi shows.
Really?
There's one sci-fi show. I can't remember the name of it. It's on Amazon.
Yep. Big boy.
Yeah. Giant groupers. Yeah. So what he was saying was,
yep,
when he was staying in this base down there. So when you're down there, there's, if you're going to the bathroom, if you're going pee, you just pee right into the moon pool because it's just going to dissipate. But if it's shit, yeah, you don't want to do that there. So now they have toilets there, but before you used to have to swim about 60 feet over to this other little tank where you just put your head basically in. And then once your head is in, you just take your trunks off and shit into the water. Right. So it's away from the base and you can do your business. So, and I think I've told this story on here before. I don't remember.
I think so.
I didn't. So it was pitch black down there one night and he had to go dump out. So he swam, and you don't have your scuba on, you're just holding your breath.
Oh, fuck.
And maybe a mask. You have your mask and then you're holding your breath to get to you're swimming 60 feet to get to this thing. So he goes in, goes down, starts doing his thing. And he said, that the fish get accustomed to that. Yeah. So they know when people swim to this little tank, what's going to happen. So these fish will come over and you can feel them like eating and stuff. And you can feel them like kind of pecking at your butthole, which is weird. And he said one of the most terrifying things that ever happened is he came down, he got done, put his trunks back on and went down. And as he went down, he's like, I saw an eyeball this fucking big staring at me. And it's pitch black down there. He's like, I have never swam so hard in my life. He's like, when I got back into the base, I was screaming like somebody thought I got bit by a shark. And they turned the spotlight on and it was a massive grouper, just a giant grouper right there.
I was on board.
I would rather
I was
have that
100% on
spotlight
board
on me while I'm shooting. Like, guys, I don't care if you watch this. Don't lose sight of me. Like, I need to know what's going on all the time.
I was 100% on board of scuba diving until you said that.
Yeah, I'm sweating.
I don't want anything staring at me. Like, no, I don't want any fish poking at my butthole, but especially not some giant kraken monster about to eat me from the ass out.
Ass is a hyena.
But like, that's only in like the depths of the ocean.
Yeah.
This isn't.
But still.
And you don't just because you're scuba diving doesn't mean you have to live down there. That's just those are the scientists that are down there.
Yeah, but fuck.
You're not usually shitting in the water.
I know. Yeah, I get that. But just the thought of having this giant eyeball.
If you are, you're a sick fuck. You don't shit when you dive.
You don't know me. No kidding.
Yeah, it's not the diving aspect. It's living under that in that base.
Because you
But-
gotta poop. Everybody poops.
Yeah. Also, he told another story. This guy had some poop stories, and this is how you knew the dude was legit. Like another poop story he had is when they were doing space training, and he was in his space suit, you know, because they go down in the dive pools when they do that, and so still has creeps. So I would love to watch. That's true. So he was down, you know, he was down there doing it, and they have to wear diapers, you know, and so. He tested it and peed, obviously. Well, then the one time he tested it and shit, because like, yeah, I tested it. So he took a shit right before they were getting out, and they pulled him out, and they get the guys that like the guys working with him were like, don't ever do that again. He's like, don't fucking do that again. This dude just shit his pants in a $1 million astronaut suit.
Don't ever do that again.
Yeah, don't do
They
that.
told him, don't ever do that again.
You gotta know, man.
This is amazing. But yeah, I also didn't know that like when they do spacewalks to like go out and fix these spaces, how long do you think they're out there for?
I'd say fucking
20
30 minutes tops. Yeah.
8 hours at a time they can be out there
Fuck.
working
That's pretty cool.
because they have so much shit they have to fix sometimes or work on.
Yeah.
And it's such a slow process.
I mean, to be fair, 8
'Cause
hours
anything
really isn't that long when you're thinking about going out there and working out in space. I mean, like that's
well, you're
actually
it's
it is
meticulous.
It
yeah.
actually very much is.
It's gotta be
because what
meticulous.
happens is even though it's called spacewalk, it's your forearms can get gassed really quickly because you think that that's what it's like, but really it's like holding a balloon and how it wants to stay open.
Mhm.
That's your hand in these suits. Is it's like a balloon and it wants to stay open.
Ooh.
So when you want to grab something, you are using a decent amount of force to hold
to
on to
close
something.
that. Yeah.
Like,
fuck.
Ooh.
yeah. So he's like, if you tense up right before you go out, you're fucking yourself because you got 8 hours of work to do now.
Teenage boys have been training for this day.
Yeah, right. This dude is sounding more and more like he's asking for creatures to catch him taking a shit. I love your slow mo drinking. But yeah, this guy had some just wild stories.
That's
It was
awesome,
one of
man.
my favorite episodes.
as much like because I started sweating when you were talking about like the eyeball because
Yeah.
I'm picturing it in my
No.
head, right? Of like because I've been like super deep in water, like with just like the mask and a snorkel, and like looking like you
I feel
don't
like even
see
just seeing like a northern,
anything.
I'm scared.
As,
Yeah,
as Randy
well-
Jackson once said, that's going to be a no from me,
That's
dog.
gonna be a no for me, dog.
See, and that's like it terrifies me, but I would love to experience that.
Yeah, me
I would
too.
love not like shitting and then Grouper like
McGrouper.
all you would hear is me screaming as I'm swimming.
It's just a fish with some string and a battery.
Yeah, yeah, the fucking guys.
McGrouper.
Oh, God. But yeah, like I would love to stay in that base. I think it'd be really cool.
Yeah, yeah.
The shitting
I
part,
would love
I
to.
would rather like,
Well, they have a toilet on base now. Like,
Okay.
in that base now.
or even if I had to still do that, like I would still probably once in a while
I
like
would do
swim
it.
out.
Here's
and
why,
shit
because
and
it'd
then
be
swim back
fucking
in.
crazy to say. Just him telling the
I
story of how you
shit
had to
in the
swim
ocean.
60 feet
Yeah,
in pitch black
it's
to
fucking
the spot.
badass. But I would have a
dope.
mag. I would have a mag light on my fucking head. Like I wouldn't just like swim into the darkness.
Okay, but here's the thing. I'm sure he did,
yeah.
but like light doesn't. I mean, it's not as effective when you're that far down. So when
If
you know
you
he's
got
not
a mag light
seeing,
that has 30,000 lumens.
he's not seeing that much.
Make it daytime.
It's burning the water.
It's boiling the water. Fish are just immediately turning
Yeah.
into
Fucking
steaks.
lightsaber? Or,
Dude, have you seen the fucking? It's like 300,000 lumen flashlights.
oh, the one that basically just makes it daytime?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
And it's in a focal point, so you can like.
Here's what I'm
adjust
saying.
it.
Though. Here's what I'm saying. Though the fucking sun can't get to these depths. You think a fucking
If it's generated down there, yeah.
maybe it's not going far though.
But then how do they have the spotlights underwater?
I don't know. Those are not handhelds. Those are base lights.
Well, they make. Oh well, yeah. So they're
Those are
definitely
big
heavily
old
powered.
fucking lights.
But I feel because they definitely, at least nowadays, they have fucking monster flashlights and like
Yeah.
mag lights so you can like strap to your head.
But what
I
if
would
they
just
get
like put it to
poo-poo
my
on it.
chest. You're in the water, dude.
No.
It doesn't matter. Shake it around. Oh.
Also, he said another crazy part about being in space is like you don't think about it, but when you're working out there,
Yeah.
like the sweat on top of your head, like if
No,
you're
it
bald,
doesn't drip.
Yeah.
it just pools and you don't notice that it's there until you move, and then it goes and goes away. So Joe's like, so wait a second, you're telling me that if I worked out really hard, I could just shoot my sweat from my arm? And he goes, yeah, the other astronauts might not like you, but you could.
Just have like a sweat toilet. You just fling your shit into it. Like
Imagine
a
like, or like, I'm gonna say jacking off.
God damn it, I knew you were gonna say it.
You'd have to catch. Like you would have to just be waiting.
Like somebody comes up, hey Jake, what are you doing? Nothing, man. Just hanging out.
Yeah, bunk time. Go good. Yeah, dude. Why?
Oh God.
Sorry. Sorry about that. I'll clean that up later.
But also, wouldn't the act of jerking off in space also like mess with like
Boom.
how you're? Wait, what's up,
Most of the visible light spectrum is absorbed within 10 meters of the water surface, so 33 feet.
Johnny Wishbone?
And this is 60 feet down, so there's nothing. Use it as our hair gel, right? So yeah, there's not a whole lot of light going on down there. I mean, you can get light from
like
the flashlight, but I can't imagine it's much.
no.
It's not going far is the problem.
Well, it doesn't. I just need to know what the fuck is within like a 10-foot radius. Of
But
me.
you're not seeing like a spectrum. You're seeing like this.
focal. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's a very slim light.
Speaking of like, all right, so like, speaking of like water down in depths of that far, or that deep, I didn't realize how big an anglerfish was.
Yeah.
like,
Terrifyingly massive.
From all the movies and shit that you see, like an anglerfish, you imagine like they're like this big,
No.
little thing.
They're
fucking
They're
huge.
6 feet wide.
They're
If any of you
gigantic fish.
don't know what the actual equivalent size of an anglerfish is, look it up.
They're fucking massive and it's terrifying.
I was fucking dumbfounded.
like, I thought I
saw
could
that.
punch this fish if I saw
Yeah.
one.
And like,
No
oh yeah,
fucking
maybe
way.
lose a finger. Well, like, yeah, I could take on a fucking angler.
Its little lead height, like light beam in front of it, is the size of a fucking car light.
Yeah, here's pictures of people next to an anglerfish
Yeah.
statue. Just
They're fucking massive.
Yeah, it's gross.
that thing would fuck you up immediately.
It's gross.
God damn.
The
Yeah,
ocean. the
that's
ocean
what I
is
imagine.
so-
One from,
Yeah,
yeah,
from Finding Nemo.
Yeah.
Finding Nemo. Yeah, because that just looks like the size of your fucking hand.
Yeah, no,
right?
they're goddamn massive.
Yeah.
Because
usually, like, typically, I'm scared of like bigger fish in water, and like that was one of those fish. That, like, yeah, it looks gnarly as fuck, but I don't think it would scare me like if I was underwater, because my perspective was that it was smaller, maybe
Yeah.
the size of like a watermelon.
Yeah, it
at
just looks
most.
like a tiny
yeah,
little.
no,
or
we
like a
can't.
tiger
No,
fish.
we could. They live so far
It
down.
just
we
looks
could
like a
never
tiny
get
little
down there.
aquatic
No.
dick goblin.
Moving to
So-
the desert where there's no fucking water.
Yeah.
Yeah, except there's camel spiders. So good
Look at
luck.
that fucking
Wow.
little aquatic goblin.
Yep.
It's just know.
Yeah, the scorpion spider fucking hybrid.
You want
thing.
to know what else is a lot bigger than I thought? Is the fucking bobbit worm. You guys ever seen those things?
Yeah.
What the fuck? They're like, I thought they were
Dude,
just tiny little
it's-
guys like this, just taking a fish, whatever.
Nope.
They're like as thick as my fucking arm and are like 9 feet long.
Yeah.
And they're just eating fish, but you
Yeah.
only see like you don't even see.
Yeah, they're all the way in the
whole thing
sand
of it.
because they just
Yeah, the ocean's
God,
scary.
it's like Tremors.
Damn,
It's like
ocean, you
underwater
scared.
That's,
Tremors.
that's literally
Yeah.
it. It's like fucking
Ooh,
Tremors.
you know
that.
what movie?
Take your foot
You know
off.
what movie I want to watch?
fuck living in the ocean. Actually, I'm going to space.
You know what movie I want to watch? Underwater with Kristen Stewart. And
that did look really good.
I know
yeah.
that it got split mixed reviews, but the images I saw, like,
That
are a
silhouette
little
in the
like
fucking
it's
depths,
shitty
dude.
sci-fi, obviously, but man,
We should watch that on what we watched this week
Dude,
because I would love to see
the
that.
silhouette, dude.
maybe
That I saw
I kind of just want to watch it.
a real quick silhouette.
Yeah, I don't want to say anything, but
Ugh.
Subnautica.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's all I'll say on that topic.
And like, because initially that's exactly what I thought. I was like, this is going to be a B-rated sci-fi film. Like they've done this 1,000 times of
Right.
like deep under the water.
yeah, but this
We
one looked
found a
interesting
vault.
because they're living in a base,
Yeah.
a mining base,
Yeah.
underwater.
Kind of reminds me of
And they're
Abyss.
6
that James
miles.
Cameron movie.
They're 6 miles. Oh, Abyss.
Yeah.
Yeah. He said that this guy said that one's. It's not like completely accurate, obviously.
No, yeah.
But he said a lot of the science behind some of that stuff was actually.
Well,
kinda
that
accurate.
liquid shit what they used to breathe, that's real like deep pressure.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's like a
breathing
gel.
liquid.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've seen.
I always thought that was the craziest idea because I remember hearing this was like fucking years ago, but like that there was a specific gel that like people could breathe in or they were working on it. So you would breathe in, you train yourself to be able to breathe in this gel, and it was like a super fine gel, but it would cling to oxygen particles and like it would be able to saturate your lungs. So if you were to breathe in, like inhale water, you wouldn't die right away. Like your lungs would fill, but it would still be so saturated that you would still be able to retain.
I think I'm good. I'll just use a rebreather. I'm good.
Well, I don't know if it's a gel, but they actually have a real life liquid now that you have to swallow it and actually breathe this shit in now. But like, I think it actually is.
I didn't even notice that either, Johnny. That's hilarious. Johnny said, I just noticed that my don't judge me comment came out at the wrong time after Thirst comment. So Thirst said Lake Geneva still has creeps that would love to watch you poop it. Don't judge me.
Oh, fucking nice.
Perfect timing.
Screenshotting that.
Awesome. Oh, man.
But yeah,
Awesome.
moral of the story is that the shit's supposed to be fucking awful, but like it basically means that you can breathe underwater with this in your tank. So you can go under further depths than what you could with like a normal breather.
Well, you can only go so far before you die. I mean, the pressure, I think pressure compounds. Johnny, look that up for us. What's the rate that water pressure increases per?
Does that mean
feet?
you're shitting in public, man? Is that what you just
Thirst
admitted to doing?
I can't remember what it is. I can't remember what the equation is, but it's like 1.5 times. No, it's like per foot or something like that. There's a per foot or per 10-foot equation for water pressure.
There's a
so
dude
you can only
that,
go
like,
down so far.
Free dives super fucking deep. He's from like Lithuania or something.
Going more than 60 feet. Can't. I mean, he can, but it's I don't know how. It's not very.
He goes past the light. Like it's
that's only 33 feet.
Well, like deep.
33 feet it's cut off. 1 foot of water creates 0.433 psi of pressure, and it takes 2.31 feet of water to create 1 psi of pressure. So, yeah, I mean, that's a lot of pressure on his lungs. Let's see.
He was free diving.
Well, guess I'll just die.
Or free dive.
He was like a bald dude.
Holy shit. That is deep.
Yeah.
702 feet.
For what? Like that's like the longest.
214 meter free dive in
Holy
2007. Shit. 702 feet.
But that sucks.
It's probably the sound that he made too.
The deepest man in the earth. On earth.
The deepest man.
Second deepest man in the earth.
Herbert something. They don't even Herbert Niche.
You can't be like you can't be known as like, oh yeah, I had the deepest fucking free dive in the world, and then have a name like Herbert. You know, like,
well, he does. So
Herbert,
and nobody else.
I don't care what your name is. You're badass at
bad
that
motherfucker.
111 meter free diving, the Blue Hole in the Bahamas. Who did that?
Ooh, I think I've seen that picture before. It's like a cylindrical.
Oh, the Blue Hole in the Bahamas.
Message.
That's 407 feet. So this guy went way farther than that.
Yeah.
This guy went 700. I imagine his Instagram was deep poetry written over his face at the deepest man alive. The Vagabond episode. Oh, the Blue Hole in the Vagabond episode. Oh.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so the Great Blue Hole in the Bahamas. That's kind of cool.
You're
I think that's got to be. I think that's got to be the eeriest part. Just that straight drop off.
I mean, it's just like you don't know.
I think that's just Tartarus, like where they used to keep the Titans.
But that, if I ever get a picture like that, I've completed life. Yeah. That's like on the rim of that hole, of that deep blue dick blue.
The big blue
deep
dick thing.
Blue dick dipping deep.
Dick duke dive ditch dodge.
Dipping dads.
Dip dive blue and dick and hole.
Dick and holes. So two things in this world that I have never seen. A turtle with speed and a woman I need. Let's fuck, boys.
Let's fuck.
God damn it.
Oh shit.
Good
Man,
stuff.
now I want to go to the Bahamas and do that. I just want to go scuba diving. God damn it.
Yeah.
It's like so much fun.
There's only a handful of different waterways that are like really crystal blue. Because I really, after seeing tons of videos of that, if we do go through and get our own equipment, I
You
would
know what I
love
wanna
to
do?
go
I wanna
like
do what that-
river floating.
I want to do what
Ooh.
that guy does on YouTube.
Yep. Go the float routes.
Yeah.
And just
he-
fucking
and he just
skim.
finds shit
Yeah.
in like these little canals.
Oh,
He's found handguns.
you're talking about like the southern kid that he's like 20 something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
floats like super popular riverways.
Yeah, he just finds like
And he
iPhones
finds
and shit all the time.
guns,
Yeah.
iPhones,
Yeah,
all kinds of
he
shit. And
found
he's
that
super
fucking-
popular. What is his name? I think Johnny actually watches him. Cayman's top 10 in the world.
Caymans.
Oh yeah, I want to go to the Caymans too. That would be
I'd
fun.
love to-
especially for that.
Yeah.
Here's the one thing that I know I'll never be able to see in its full glory that I really, really am upset about.
The Titanic.
The Great
Barrier Reef.
Oh, yeah.
like
Well, it's- yeah,
like
it's
the amount
dumb.
of it that's been bleached now. It sucks. I mean, it's still there,
Yeah.
but like I would have loved to have seen it 30, 40
full,
years
full
ago.
flush. Yeah.
Fuck, that would have been amazing. Dive down there. Magnet fishing. Yeah, it's magnet fishing. He goes down, he scuba dives down there. He's not like above. What is that?
Well,
kid's
he
name?
went to Hawaii too, and there was like a cliff diving
Mhm.
area, and there's footage of it. Like he literally sweeps with a metal detector in the sand, and he'll fucking
Yeah,
find
yeah.
stuff.
Doll MYD. I think his name is actually Jake, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. But he also does like rock and like crystal hunting and shit like that too.
Mhm.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's
I
kinda
just
interesting.
love like that's just so fucking cool.
Yeah.
Is him just going to these spots. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go fucking see what I can find in the
Oh, we
water.
better get some
Yeah.
wetsuits. We do that. I'm not gonna do that in the Rock River though, because I don't want to.
I'm afraid that I'm gonna find mafia bodies.
I'm gonna find bodies.
Yeah.
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 Well, there were those TikTokers that just found that fucking body. There was like they found a suitcase like under this pier, and they popped it open, and it was like an actual fucking like body.
I feel like everything fun that we discussed today,
Has
It's
this
just getting
dark,
ruined.
fucking dark shit.
man.
I mean, I would.
Oh, I
okay.
found a little treasure chest at the bottom of the river. What's in it? These are fingers.
These are.
Oh, that's a finger.
That's a finger.
Kind of off topic. Have you ever seen YBS Youngbloods? Yep,
Yeah.
I've watched them. He's an Australian, or him, I guess. I don't know if I've watched the Survival Channel. I thought he was YBS Youngblood. I thought he was a sailor, wasn't he? Didn't he have a sailboat?
I've seen videos of him with a sailboat.
I thought he was like, because the only reason I think I've ever watched him was because he was tagged to Le Vagabond.
He's by far the worst pirate I've ever heard of. But I have. Heard
Oh,
of him.
maybe he's not one of the sailboat people. Interesting. I think I've seen him before, but I thought he was one of the sailboat guys. Never mind. Sailing the Vagabond, though, those guys, those are what up. He's living in the life I want, killing fish and sleeping on the beach. Fuck yeah, I'm all about that. But how cool would it be? Like, so this is what made me so envious one day is these two people. What do you like to do those? Oh, okay, gotcha. These two people came into the place that I work one day. It was like fucking 8, 9 o'clock at night. They came in, maybe 8 o'clock at night, and they were prepping for like a pretty big dive. I don't remember where they said they were going, but they were leaving the next day. And so they had to bring some of their equipment in and were like checking. They were just grabbing a drink after they got done with class or whatever. And so they brought some of their equipment in and they were prepping it. And they were like, writing down equations and shit on their fucking books. And I was like, I want that life, whatever they're doing. I want that so bad. Like, I'm envious of your life right now. Like, what do you do for a hobby? Just fucking me and my buddies just scuba dive.
That is something.
Come on.
fucking awesome.
Because whenever anybody asks, like, you meet somebody for the first time, especially dating sites, like the infamous question, what do you do when you're not working? I go kayaking, I travel, I do all this stuff, which is fun. But like, oh yeah, I scuba dive. Like in this area, in the Midwest, you say that
Nice to meet
you.
I'm sorry. What was your name?
Youngbloods is a popular YouTube channel created by an Australian guy named Brody Moss. He's an Australian net worth $500,000.
Brody.
It's Brody.
Brody Moss. He was in fucking Point Break.
Point Break.
Point Brink.
Yeah.
Point Break. Brody Moss.
Brody. I know Brody was.
Oh,
Bodie. Correction. Bodie. That was the guy's name.
but yeah,
And my cousin's name is Brody
how
too. So that's
fucking
kinda cool.
dope would it be that we were just like a scuba diving crew, and especially that content with the fucking GoPros.
That would be pretty fucking awesome.
Yo,
Where we dove this week?
Where we dove this week? Where we dived this week? Where
we dived.
Where we dived. Div, dive, ditch, dive, dib. That would be cool, though. That'd be, tell me you guys wouldn't watch that fucking segment of the show every week. Of us diving somewhere every
swimming
week.
away from groupers.
From fucking giant fish. The president's. Brickermer? What the fuck is people saying?
Back to Mar.
Where we dipped this week. Where we dodge, dip, dive, dip, dodge this week.
The 5 days. Dip, dive, dip, dip, yeah.
Where we scuba'd. What we
I think
dipped,
where we dove this week.
What we dipped in this week. Where we dove this week.
Or from the water. Where we dumped this week.
60 feet away from base.
60 feet away, giant groupers, the whole 9 yards.
A giant grouper ate my shit.
An angelfish swam up to my pooper and ate my poop peckles.
See, the second that you brought up the giant grouper scooping at your pooper.
No. The grouper wasn't scooping at the pooper. The grouper was just swimming around, eating the chunkers.
I literally felt that. Like I felt my asshole just.
No, the angelfish are what get into your butthole. Those little anglefish or whatever. Anglefish, because they're so narrow.
I thought you were about to say the anglerfish. I'm like, nope, fuck that.
No, they can just they just put their little light right up in your butthole. No, the anglefish, they swim up your crack and just start pecking at your butthole.
Fish are goddamn weird.
Where we shit this week, special guest Johnny Wishbone. It's just Johnny way off in the distance of every shot.
The macro.
Where we should have did this week.
Goddamn.
Guys, I'm on no cap. Stop. Don't judge me. Hashtag don't judge me. Hashtag squeeze dog. The squeeze. All right. What are we at? Hour 11?
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Call this one for the day?
I think it's about time to call it.
This was a great one. I really enjoyed our conversations on this one.
I now have this extreme fear of group.
You're gonna go watch documentaries now. All right, so make sure to go subscribe. Well, you guys are already on the YouTube, but make sure to subscribe on it. Make sure to go to our Facebook page and like us on there as well. Go to our Patreon, patreon.com/WWLTW to support the show, get extra content, get into the super secret Facebook group. Check out our merch channel. It's in the link of all of our descriptions. Go check that out. We got mugs on it. We got t-shirts with mugs on it. We got all that stuff. Take pictures with any merch you got, man. Take pictures and send them to us. We love that shit. Don't forget to check out astrodesigncompany.com for all your website development needs. Let them know that let Walker know that we sent you, and you get a nice little discount there. Check out Thirsty Thirst Homeless on the YouTubes, because that man's got some quality content. Don't forget to check out, what is it? Johnny Wishbone on the YouTubes, because he's got some cool shit on there as well. Where's the next live? When's the next live? Field
Friday.
Trip, guys. Friday will be the next live. That'll be our
Friday
Facebook Live. We will be going there.
Yeah.
Let's see. Field Trip, guys. Yeah, I'm totally down. We will be doing field trips here soon, as soon as everything opens up again. And
I might actually be able to make it this Friday.
This Friday?
Maybe. I'll let you guys know.
It's gonna be Friday afternoon.
Yeah,
It should be. So
yeah.
Cool. Otherwise, folks, thank you for joining us again. Don't forget to check out this week's episode that we just dropped of the actual show that dropped on all platforms.
So We Got Beef.
We Got Beef. That's the name of the episode 63. We Got Beef. Go check it out. Let us know what you think. Fuck David Miscavige. Saying it again. All right.
We got to get Daddy McCavage on here.
Daddy McCavige. All right. Go check it out. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Daddy McCavige.
Daddy McCavige.